Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of Gotlegs. Today it's Friday, so that's just awesome. You get to start the weekend. It's been a pretty quiet week. I've decided to basically take a recovery week after the strength intervals on Monday. My legs were just killing me throughout the week. So instead of pushing on, I decided to just go easy. I'm not a fan of doing like recovery weeks, like you train hard for 3 weeks and then you keep a week off. I'm more into taking off a couple of days, because when you're riding as much as I do and even more, you don't need a complete week to actually recover in. You can just take it easy for a couple of days and that'll be sufficient. So normally I would do a hard training throughout the weekend, and then come Monday morning, all the weekdays, keep it pretty simple, keep it pretty recovery-like, pretty easy. So that's basically what I've done this week. So Tuesday and Wednesday I did an hour on the turbo trainer, just cadence drills, usually 4 times 5 minutes with 110 RPMs and above. No specific wattage whatsoever, just spinning the legs basically. And that adds up to about an hour all in all if you do it like I do. So that's a pretty easy thing to do. The autofocus is just really going at it right now. But that means that tomorrow, when it's Saturday, I should be recovered enough to do some harder efforts, and I'm going out on a group ride as per usual on Saturday. Some things have happened throughout this week. I bought a new crankset, which is pretty nice. If you've seen my bike, the tarmac, you notice that I have a pretty old Rotor 3D Plus crankset that came with my power meter way back. And throughout the years, it has started developing a small like wobble when you look down on the chain rings. So I would constantly get like chain rub when I was in specific gears back on the cassette. So I don't know what it actually was, because it wasn't the spider, it wasn't the chain rings, because I've changed the spider and changed the chain rings to the new crankset, and there's no wobble. So I actually think that it's the taper that goes through the bottom bracket that has been a little bit offset, making when you assemble the crank, you get a slight wobble in it. So normally that wouldn't annoy me, but it just basically did in the end. So it's just basically when you're doing the, just trying to get the focus right here. It's basically when you do the outer parts of the cassette and the inner parts of the cassette, you get some chain rubbing. But I worked around it for a couple of years, and now I just decided to get some new cranks, also because I like the look better. So I basically bought the same cranks, just updated looks. So these are the old cranks. As you can see, I guess it's the first basic version of the 3D Plus crankset. And with this micro adjust spider actually came with the new crankset. But since I'm using a power to max spider, I don't really use this spider at all. But I'm guessing that it's somewhere in here that there's some where the alignment is a bit off, and that makes the crankset wobble a bit. And this is the new crankset. I have to apologize for it being in the small chain ring, but that's what you have to do with. So basically this is just an updated version of the 3D Plus, and we have the power to max power meter on it. This is a great power meter, by the way. I've been riding these since 11 or 12. I can't remember when I bought my first one, which was the one that had like the big triangle with the battery cover in it. And I've just been a fan ever since. So that's also one of the reasons why I'm sticking with these 3D Plus cranksets, because the 3D Plus and the 3DF, now called the 3D30, are actually interchangeable. So that means that I can, if I wanted to, I could just remove this, go down and put it on my winter bike where I have the 3DF power meter on. So, but this is just a really cool power meter. I got it next to not power meter, crankset. I got it next to nothing, and it hasn't been used at all. So can't wait to see if I can feel any difference. Probably won't, but it's just nice getting new gear. As you can see, I also have Rotor crankset on my TT bike, and this is also with the Power to Max S-type power meter. As you can see, it's actually working. Yeah, I really like them. These are actually made for Cervelo back in the day. I think they had the Cervelo logo on here, the test team logo, but that has been removed for this version. Another thing that has happened since the last update is that I'm on the Trainingpeaks mailing list. So basically I get a lot of information on different nutrition and all training plans and all that. And basically they want you to sign up to using their software, the Trainingpeaks or the WKO Plus software to analyze your stuff, or they want you to get a coach and all that. But sometimes they actually deliver some pretty cool articles. And one of the things that they did this time was to include a training plan for winter and with some specific exercises. It's not per se a training plan because it's only four or five exercises or so. But it's free, so you can get some variation for your winter training. And sometimes it's just nice to get some new insights or some new training methods and stuff like that. So it was free to download, so I went there and downloaded it, and basically it just imports it directly into your Trainingpeaks account. You can also, if you don't have a Trainingpeaks account, you can just get the preview and you can see what the drills are. So it's pretty simple, but it looks pretty cool. So I'm fully aware that this isn't the most ideal version of showing you my screen, but you'll have to do with it. So I just imported these workouts into my Trainingpeaks account, and there are different drills. This is a cadence ladder drill, and they've given you all the information you need over here. So basically say you have to do progressive spin-ups 2 times 10 minutes with 5 minutes recovery. So the first 2 minutes you start out at 80 RPMs. For the next 2 minutes you go 90, next to 100, next to 110, and then you end up at 120. And then you take 5 minutes off, and then you go a set again, and then you cool off. Pretty simple. But they have it with everything. So if you just hover over this part, it even tells you which wattage you should be in and which range of wattage you should be in. It's pretty cool. So these are some of the efforts. There, as I mentioned, there are 5 efforts or drills. I took out the ones that were resistance based. So on bike strength training, I can't remember what they call it. They have a specific word for it, or term for it. But they're just low RPM cadence. So another effort is just your basic sweet spot. This one is 3 times 8 minutes of sweet spot, roughly around 90% of FTP or faster, or the fastest you can ride while maintaining a conversation. So they basically just put it in for you and you just follow that. There's also a single leg drill, probably riding with one leg at a time, and then you have the microburst threshold intervals. So 2 sets of 10 minutes or 45 seconds at threshold and 15 seconds easy. The cool thing about this is that it's free, so you can basically just go and download it. I'll see if I can remember to put the link in the description, so you can just go and download it yourself if you want some more inspiration for your winter training, and especially turbo training. So that's it for me from now. I'll go do the cadence ladder drills and see how that goes. So until we talk again, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, watch the other videos. Find me on Instagram Actually, the picture of my bike, the green side, ended up with more than 1,000 likes. So thank you to everyone who liked that picture. It was just crazy. I never had a picture with more than 1,000 likes. It's just crazy. I'm thinking of doing in the nearest future some what do you call it? Some videos about training, some videos about nutrition, and probably about some weight loss as well. So if you have anything you want to ask me, put it in the comments below. If you have any ideas of videos I should or topics I should pick up, let me know. But I guess that's actually it. So time to hit the bike and try to do these cadence drills before punching out for today. So thanks for watching once again. Bye. So I thought it would be done for today, but doing these cadence intervals, I just had to come back and give a review because they're hard. Even though you just have to just stay in zone 3, like when you reach 120 RPMs, you have to hold for 2 minutes. Your heart just starts pounding away. It's just so hard. So the 80 RPMs and the 120 RPMs are by far the hardest ones to maintain, because if you're like me, I usually ride around 100 RPM, 95, 100, 105 RPMs. Going down to 80, you just feel like you're grinding. Just grinding away in your gear. 90 is okay, 100 is perfect. 110 starts nipping a bit, and then you reach 120 RPMs, and your legs are just spinning so fast, and you can't really get your heart rate down. So, but it's a good drill. It's a good way of raising your level cadence, or the cadence you usually maintain. And all research shows that cadence is key. It's a lot tougher on your cardiovascular system, but it just removes lactic acid a lot better than going at a really low cadence. So try to keep cadence high. And by high, it's just basically anything above 95. But that was just hard. I'm sweating bullets, even though it's a pretty easy ride. So that's it for me for now. Bye.